All right, now it's time to do a video on this channel that I haven't really done before because this channel used to be mainly focused on just comics and anime, but since I figured that I only have two YouTube channels, one is Tyler Perry based, the other one is, well, pretty much everything else, I decided to just throw in a few videos in regards to like music and not politics, my gosh, no, but just entertainment, news and whatnot. But I mean, it's been talked about for the past week and a half, but it has to do with the whole boycotting Netflix thing, which I mean, I'm not doing because Netflix is affordable. But it's just about the whole situation of, gender biased and, racial equality with money. Let me just put it this way. The fact that Monique is offered $500,000, I mean, that's $500,000. I don't really know how people can sympathize with you, because as a lot of people who have Netflix that aren't celebrities, $500,000 is a game changer. I mean, that's enough money to pay off our student loans, but we still won't do it. That would be $500,000 in the bank. But I mean, here's my thing with this. I'm not an Amy Schumer fan. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Sorry if I said it wrong, but I'm not saying I dislike her. I mean, I've tried to watch one of her comedy specials, but I don't know why. It's not because she's white and I'm black, because there are a lot of different ethnicities in terms of comedians that I actually love. Like, I do know there's one guy who's Italian. I forget his name, though. He does this great joke about doorbells. Then, of course, we have the kings of comedy and whatnot. Black humor I'm more in tune with because I'm black, so I really relate to that. But again, there are some comedians out there who I love. I love Jim Carrey's old stand-up specials. And I love In Living Color, Comic View, some of the Showtime at the Apollo acts. And again, the list goes on. Saturday Night Live, I mean, that's a stand-up routine in itself. And there are plenty of comedians from different ethnicities that I love to watch. But that's aside from the point. Amy, I'm just not a fan of her comedy. I'm just not. However, I cannot knock the fact that she had a world tour, a book, train wreck that movie. So when it comes down to it, I believe that Netflix pretty much paid her in terms of drawing power. And based off the fact she's a powerhouse in comedy and entertainment now is why she's so hot, as opposed to Monique, who I did watch Almost Christmas. I really did love the movie. In my opinion, Monique, her comedic timing, she was one of my favorite parts of the movie. But overall, I mean, you're looking at the fact that Amy sold out Madison Square Garden once or twice, and again, that world tour just set her apart. And not even talking about Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, who were both offered, I believe, $20 million, and due to the fact that they've also been on the road for the past few years, selling out pretty much everywhere, just shows their drawing power. Monique, on the other hand, true, she is a decorated comedian. I don't know if I would say the most decorated she did. I believe in one interview they talked about how she has 55 plus different awards and whatnot. But I guess it depends on how you describe most decorated, in terms of, are you talking about most decorated in terms of number of awards, as opposed to somebody like Whoopi Goldberg, who has an EGOT, an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony Award? It depends. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, imagine Monique has 500 pennies. Does that mean she's more decorated than Dave Chappelle, who has $5? You see what I'm saying there? But I don't really know how to break down that comment she made. But what I'm saying is, he personally speaking, I can't tell her what to do, because number one, I'm just somebody on YouTube. I mean, I don't have all the money she does. I don't have the critical acclaim and the fan base and whatnot. But I'm just talking about what I might have done in that situation. Again, take it or leave it. These are just my thoughts. What I think about is the fact that if somebody lowballed me, I'll be pretty pissed. But at the same time, Netflix is a great venue in terms of being put out there. It's almost like YouTube in the sense that, let's say you have somebody that sings in a bunch of nightclubs but really hasn't gone anywhere. I don't want to say done anything. But then they somebody at the nightclub takes a video of this guy, puts it on YouTube, and it goes viral. And next thing you know, this guy is singing on different TV shows and has a record deal. Same thing with Netflix. I mean, Monique is known, but not as well known as she used to be, like in the '90s, early 2000s, because she was in a bunch of movies like Two Can Play That Game, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and of course, I'm not even counting Precious because, well, that was like her biggest movie, if I'm not mistaken, and also The Parkers, that hit show. I mean, I got the entire DVD set. I bought that off Amazon Prime a few months ago. I mean, I bought that along with Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Sister Sister, so me and my sister can kind of have like just throwback marathons whenever we just want to sit back and watch one of our favorite shows from childhood. But Monique, I don't think she's like $20 million worth in today's market. But here's the thing, though. What she could have done, and again, I'm just speaking my opinion here, take it or leave it. Take that money from the $500,000 from Netflix, go on there and just murder that special. I mean, like D. Davis. I loved his special, How to Act Black. I watched the new Cat Williams special, and I was not feeling it whatsoever. Like I didn't even laugh. I'm not kidding you. I didn't even laugh until about 25 minutes in. And this is Cat Williams here, who used to be like gut busting laughter when I was watching all of his earlier stuff. But this one, it was nowhere near Poor Little Tink Tink, and I'll do a video on that as well. But Monique should have done that special. And again, this is just me speaking here. Amy, I'm not a fan of her comedy because Netflix said, oh, Monique is worth or will bring in $500,000. She should have done that special and just destroyed it. I mean, done a special so good that, I mean, it will make people wonder, wait. Monique got paid that, but then Amy got $13 million and her special was nothing compared to Monique. That's what I would have done. And the fact that you can't buy that kind of publicity on Netflix because everybody will at least see your special when they first open up Netflix. It'll be one of the top things, like, a new Netflix original comedy special, whatever the case may be. So she could have taken that notoriety from that one special and then went out on tour to make herself even bigger than she is now. And then if she comes back for another special, that $500,000 will be chump change because they could say, well, look at how many times people have viewed my special. Look at the fact that I've done a tour and whatnot. So she could have made a heck of a lot more money. But again, that's just my thoughts right there. But overall, I'm not boycotting Netflix because there are a bunch of things on there I haven't even watched yet. Like, I still love rewatching D. Davis, Cedric the Entertainer, Dave Chappelle specials just because I love them so much. Not to say anything of the numerous amount of TV shows on there and movies I watch. So with that being said, those are just my thoughts on the Monique thing. I mean, if you want another analogy, hey, New Edition. I love New Edition. Think about when Johnny Gill first joined the group. He was a solo artist at the beginning, but he wasn't a big artist. He had a couple of records out there that didn't do too much. And then New Edition came along, and of course, Ralph Tresvant was the lead singer. And I remember Johnny Gill saying this on BET. Well, actually, I'm sorry about that. He said this on Behind the Music, VH1 Behind the Music, New Edition, and the TV One Unsung episode on Johnny Gill. When he got the song Boys to Men, he hated it because pretty much the same, the Heartbreak album, he came in there to like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis like, hey, Johnny, Ralph's the lead singer, so we're going to have you doing all background. Johnny was like, I'm cool with that. And then when they finally gave him a song being Boys to Men, he thought that song sucked. It's like, man, you giving us like Can You Stand the Rain and If It Isn't Love and whatnot, but then you give me this trash. You know what? I'm going to sing the F out of this song. And he did, and he killed it. Then next thing you know, that became one of the unsung songs on the record. It was never a single, but it was one of the trademark songs off the Heartbreak album. And then from there, Johnny Gill went ahead and boom, just killed it on his first debut album after becoming a New Edition member, where he sang My. So that's why I said that, hey, Monique, take that $500,000 and just kill the F out of that Netflix special. And then when you come back, they'll have to give you more. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on the Netflix boycott of Monique? I mean, hey, if anything else, take it or leave it. I felt like it was a deal or no deal situation. If you didn't want $500,000, just go to another network.